Hey, welcome everybody. We have another round of great deals for your Nintendo Switch. Every game is under $2 and at an all-time low. But before we dive in, we are doing a brand new giveaway. All you have to do to enter is drop a comment down below and make sure you're subscribed with the bell on, which is optional, but why wouldn't you? That way you don't miss the notification. Thank you to everyone that enters. We'll do the giveaway next week. So if you're here and you're watching, make sure you get your comment in down below. All right, with that, let's dive in. All right, we'll start with Down in Bermuda, which is a relaxing puzzle adventure game where you explore mysterious islands, solve brain teasers, and uncover hidden secrets. The puzzles are engaging but never too difficult, making it a great pick for casual players or anyone looking for a laid-back experience. Right now it's at an all-time low, and the deal ends on the 19th. Next we have UnderDungeon, which is a quirky black and white dungeon crawler with a mix of Zelda-style exploration, bullet hell combat, and side-scrolling sections. The game offers some challenging combat, but remains accessible with short playtime and forgiving mechanics for when you die. The game offers about 5 to 6 hours of gameplay, and right now it's at an all-time low. Dust in Neon is a fast-paced twin-stick shooter set in a Wild West sci-fi world. You play as a gunslinging robot fighting off hordes of enemy machines with tactical reload mechanics and a wide variety of awesome weapons. Now the game is pretty tough and the combat requires quick reflexes, but the gameplay feels so good and it is very rewarding. Right now it's at an all-time low. For a Vast Future is a retro-inspired turn-based RPG with a Game Boy aesthetic and a post-apocalyptic setting. We control Shell, a survivor navigating the war-torn world, uncovering secrets and recruiting allies. Now the game features fast-paced but strategic battles, customizable loadouts and crafting for weapons and gear, and the campaign should take about 8 hours to wrap up. Right now it is at an all-time low. Next we have HIGHWATER, which is a narrative-driven adventure game set in a flooded post-apocalyptic world. You'll have to sail through submerged cities, meeting survivors and making choices that will ultimately shape your journey. The gameplay is mostly exploration and storytelling with light turn-based combat added in, and it's not an overly difficult game. It's great for anyone that enjoys a chill, immersive experience. Right now it's at an all-time low, and the deal ends on the 21st. RedRaptor is a fast-paced arcade-style shoot-'em-up inspired by classic bullet hell games from the past. You pilot a powerful spacecraft taking on waves of enemies, huge bosses, and environmental hazards across different stages. The game features multiple difficulty settings, but even on normal, it demands quick reflexes and precise dodging. You have upgrades and special abilities and intense action. It's definitely a challenging game, but for fans of the genre, it's well worth picking up. Right now, it is at an all-time low. Let Me Sleep is a charming puzzle adventure game where players help a girl navigate her dreams while avoiding nightmares. The game features a mix of puzzle solving, platforming, and light stealth mechanics as you guide the character through surreal, dreamlike environments. The game is cozy yet kind of eerie, and it does its best to balance relaxation with moments of suspense. It isn't overly difficult in any way. If you're a fan of the genre, definitely check it out. Up next is Tyrant's Blessing, which is a tactical turn-based RPG that plays a lot like a mix of Fire Emblem and Into the Breach. Every battle requires careful planning as enemies telegraph their attacks, and positioning is key. With permadeath mechanics and limited resources, it may not be for everyone, and it is a very tough game, but again, it's rewarding for anyone who enjoys a good strategy-based game. Right now it's marked down to an all-time low, and the deal ends on the 24th. Steamworld Dig is a Metroidvania-style reverse platformer where you mine for treasure, upgrade your gear, and explore underground caves full of enemies, secrets, and deadly traps. Now the difficulty ramps up as you progress, but you do have steady upgrades and a forgiving respawn system to help out, so anyone can really jump in and have a good time. It offers more than 5 hours of gameplay and doesn't eat up much space on your SD card, and right now it's at an all-time low. The Sharpshooter bundle includes Sniper Hunter Scope and Knights and Guns, offering 2 distinct shooting experiences. With Sniper Hunter Scope, it's an arcade-style gallery shooter where headshots do a ton of extra damage, and you're earning currency to unlock new upgrades and weapons. And then with Knights and Guns, it's a vertical shooter kind of like Bug Butcher where you're taking on waves of different enemies, and it does have local co-op as well. Together you're getting dozens of hours of fun gameplay, and right now the bundle is just $1.99. The deal ends on the 28th. Alright, and next we have another bundle with Knights and Guns, but this one replaces Sniper Hunter Scope with Trash Punk. Now Trash Punk is a post-apocalyptic action game where you have to scavenge for resources while fighting off rival gangs in order to survive in this world that's overrun with chaos. You'll have to manage resources wisely while taking on enemies in brutal melee and ranged combat. It's kind of a mix of exploration, crafting, and action, and it runs pretty well here on the console. Right now the bundle is marked down to an all-time low at just $1.99. Mechstermination Force is a boss rush style action platformer where you take on massive mechanical titans in fast-paced, intense battles. It plays a lot like Shadow of the Colossus with a touch of Contra added in. The game requires quick reflexes and pattern memorization, but you'll need to master it all in order to survive. Now this is definitely a hidden gem. It's tough but fair, and right now it's at an all-time low, just $1.99. Onion Assault is a classic style 2D platformer from the makers of the Gunman Clive HD collection. It was inspired by Super Mario Bros. 2, where instead of jumping on enemies, you can pick them up and throw them or throw things back at them. Now the game does have a few tricky platforming sections, but the game isn't too difficult overall, making it a great game for really anyone who wants to jump in. You can expect about 4 to 5 hours of gameplay, and right now it's at an all-time low. Rogue Aces is a fast-paced aerial arcade combat game where you pilot a fighter plane through roguelike missions filled with enemy aircraft, ground forces, and naval threats. The game has tight controls, fuel management, and there is the dreaded permadeath, making it a very tough game but also very rewarding. With procedurally generated missions and quick gameplay loops, it's great for short, high-intensity play sessions, and right now it's at an all-time low. Railbound is a relaxing yet challenging puzzle game about connecting train cars in the correct order. With over 100 handcrafted levels, the game starts off simple enough, but introduces clever mechanics that ramp up the complexity over time. Now, while some of the later puzzles can be tricky, the game's cozy atmosphere and hint system will make it accessible to anyone at any skill level. Right now it's at an all-time low. Definitely check it out. Next we have Monomals, which is a unique blend of platforming and music creation, offering a fun and creative experience for players of all ages. You take control of a fishing lure with a long flexible cable, using it to swim and dash and solve puzzles in underwater-filled levels with obstacles and enemies. Now the real twist comes in after you complete the levels and collected all your Monomals that can then be used in a music studio to create and remix tracks with a variety of different instruments and effects. It runs great on the console, and right now it's at an all-time low. Alright everyone, here are some other deals to check out while you're already on the eShop. Alright everyone, that wraps it up. Thank you all for watching. Remember to enter the giveaway by dropping a comment down below. Hit the bell and all that blah blah blah. That way you don't miss out. And I will catch you on the next one.